Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're here. First thing out of the gate, I want to say thank you to all the channel members. Thank you all so much. Also want to say thank you for any of you who come in and watch my knife, my EDC content. Thank you very much. Today, I've got another very cool knife that was sent to me from Tuya. This is actually the one that I requested to take a look at to share with you guys, and they were nice enough to include some other knives for me to share with you guys. So we'll be looking at a few of those this week. This one is, I think, awesome. It's a collaboration, as Tuya's well known for doing collaborations with different makers, Jim Skelton and others. This is done with a gentleman from SD Knives named Steve. I don't have his last name, but he has a company, Bad Habits Manufacturing. This is his maker's mark right back here in the frame lock. But this is the Tuya Shocker. And I find this knife aesthetically gorgeous. When I first saw it in the closed position, I love the way it looks. It looks balanced to me. This is going to be, some people are going to love it, some people might not. I love this aesthetic and this functional texture that this deep milling provides here in the show side scale. I guess that's a design element. I don't know if that's something that Steve does on his custom work, because he makes high-end custom knives through Bad Habits Manufacturing. I love the way the blade looks in the closed position. I don't know if you can see this belt satin horizontal grind on this swedge. You got this deep jimping, really clean lines. You've got a fragged, or not really fragged, but a jimped back spacer that sits a little bit proud, so it helps in giving you good grip on a smooth titanium knife that again has deep texture here, so that smoothness does not make it not very grippy at all. Perfectly lined up. The back spacer has the little cheater groove in it, but it means you can't cheat because the groove shows you that that blade, regardless of how shitty my camera work is perfectly centered. You got a really nice tie clip. It is not a deep carry clip, but it works very well. It's not too tight, goes in and out of pocket very easily. Very easily. So the Shocker, what can we say about it? Well, attracted to me again in the closed position, it looks very cool. You've got a nice flat spun wash pivot, captive. Everything looks great when it's closed, but where it really shines is when you open it. So it's thumb flicker or reverse flick deployment only. There is no front flipper, there is no flipper tab. However, you've got a very sharp edge that makes deploying this knife absolutely a joy. It's got some of the best detent. Listen to this. That's that detent, letting that knife just slam shut. It is done so well. The blade material is 20 CV, HRC 61, plus or minus 1. And then you've got what I think is an extremely unique, cool, in my opinion, and it's very subjective, I realize that, blade. You've got this deep, nice, hollow ground, belt satin grind. Then you've got the swedge that grinds vertically as well, following to that tip. And then you've got horizontal on the flats. You've got Tuya's maker's mark. And show side is just 100% sterile and clean. Do not think you have a reversible clip. I've not taken this knife apart, nor do I plan to. The lock bar access is fantastic. The lock geometry is fantastic. It locks up about 33%. The geometry is great, and you've got jimping here on the inside of this lock bar, so it's very easy to reach across. And as Tuya is known for, there's symmetry here, so you're not going to have any vertical displacement between the lock bar side and the show side, but it's fine because that jimping, you can go straight across the top. You don't even have to go down into it. You can go straight across the top, and that jimping picks up your finger, falls shut, snaps open, gives you a great grip, has a really well done plunge grind determination here with a nice sharpening choil. I don't know if you can see where my thumbnail is hitting there, but you've got a lot of sharpenings. It's done very, very well. See where it gets thick there? Machine work is outstanding. You do have internal milling for weight reduction, so you've got that little bit of milling on the outside, and you've got internal milling, so it's not an extremely heavy knife. The Wolf that I reviewed yesterday in that really cool G&L Sons G-Carta is very, not G-Carta, it's G10. I was surprised to find out that it was actually G10. Is a heavier knife and a much larger knife than this. This knife is going to be around 7 inches. We'll check it out in a second when we get some size comparisons. But let's see how it cuts. Got a nice drop point blade. And again, everybody has different style knives that they like. This is just kind of my jam stylistically. And size-wise, it's not really a small knife. To quote Christine from Women Carry Knives, think of it as a medium, a small medium knife, so it fits my hand very well. When we look at it next to a couple of other knives, which we always use the same knives or try to, first thing I'll do is throw up something inanimate that's not knifey, like a Sharpie. Give you just a little bit of spatial recognition there, and then we'll throw the bug out, to which it is just about the same length as the bug out. So think about a Benchmade bug out, and that is your length. Spyderco Paramilitary 2, good bit bigger than the Shocker, but again, that bug out is going to be right about the same length. So when we go to get some real world measurements on this guy, I was wrong. It is right under 7.5 inches overall. So a little bit bigger. Blade's 3 1/4. Cutting edge is right over 3 inches. Your inside grip is 3.5 to right here. However, I like to put my finger on this kind of up. If you look at the nice jimping on this blade, it's very deep and very grippy, and it also turns up so it holds my hand very well. I feel plenty comfortable with my finger right here, so that dimension, just in case, is going to be right under 4 inches. Beautifully done knife, wonderfully manufactured, perfectly centered. Just for me, again, subjectively, stylistically, what I like, I think it's a fantastic specimen. So I've got the little calipers here. We're going to get a blade thickness, 0.1290. I'm not going to embarrass you guys and get it behind the edge. I can give you a measurement that I grab, but that doesn't mean it's anywhere near accurate. I'm way too high. There we go. 0.19, something like that, but I'm not sure. It cuts very well. So contoured tie handles with a thickness at the widest point of 0.4755. And you've got really nice contouring on the handles, very nice grinding on the blade. The jimping feels excellent. I like this cutout because it's so deep. It really does grab your hand. Just a very well done knife. I'm a big fan of this particular knife. This is a knife I would carry every day. These knives sold when they came out for, I want to say, $284 is what they hit the market for. However, they are on the site right now, and I'll leave a link to that site. They were $285, I think. And I think they've got about 44 or 45 of these in this configuration left. and they're selling them for $169. So you can pick up one of these knives if you like it for $169. I will leave a link in the description, but 20 CV, very well done, beautiful, beautiful blade, beautiful handles, great action. Again, everybody likes different things, but I think it's really sexy. I like it. I guess it's more of a clip point than a drop point. But yeah, this is the Tuya Shocker. Currently available, about 44 of them maybe, for $169. So if you're interested, go check them out. If not, thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it somehow informative, educational, entertaining. If you're so inclined, do me a favor, hit the like button. But most importantly, look out for the guy or gal to your left. Look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.